Coming up, break down the search for meaning in your work. And then, former Sallie Mae CEO thinks college is too expensive. Oh, boy. And it's Tuesday Juice Day. And we take your calls, and it all starts right now. All right, folks, welcome to the Ken Coleman Show. I'm coming to you live from our Ramsey Solutions Studios in Nashville. So excited that you've decided to join us. If you stumbled upon us, watch out. We're going to make you think and feel here about what you were born to do. That's what the show is about, helping some figure out what that is, helping others figure out how to get there, and then helping others overcome the things that are holding them back. They know what they were born to do. They know how to get there, but fear, doubt, failure, finances, family is holding them back. Well, why do we talk about this? Because every human being on the planet was created to fill a unique role in their work. That means we are all incredibly valuable. We're needed. And it means we must do it. There's a responsibility because working and living on purpose isn't about us. It's about others. It's about giving ourselves away. 844-747-2577 is the number if you want to join the conversation. I am your counselor, coach, and cheerleader, all in one phone call. I promise you have the answers. I've got to help uncover those. And I promise you I've got a very clear path. There are 7 stages on this path up the mountain, if you will, to your professional pinnacle, where you are making the income you need and the impact you want. Income and impact are possible. You don't have to just be in a job. So no matter where you are, we've got a clear path for you. We want to move you from paycheck to purpose. 844-747-2577 is the number. So I want to talk about, I believe, one of the most powerful books written on the subject of meaning. In fact, the title is In Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, who was a Jewish man who was imprisoned in the Nazi concentration camps. And through his experience of just holding on, and I can't even begin to imagine how incredibly difficult it was. He then begins to take notes mentally, emotionally, staying engaged. If I ever earn my freedom, if I ever get free, I'm going to write about what I'm learning and taking little notes, which eventually became the guts of In Search of Meaning. There's so much in the book to get out of it. But I will tell you that he makes no bones about the fact that there is, in fact, meaning in work. Meaning in love, meaning in suffering. And you don't need to read the book to get this, but the reality is that if we work and there is no meaning to our work, it begins to decay our soul. One of the punishments, it's brutal mental and emotional torture in the Nazi concentration camps, was that they simply did work, hard, physical, gut-wrenching manual labor, but it had no meaning. Now, there were some camps where they would actually do functional jobs, but many times they would move one pile of rocks from one side of the camp to the other. No meaning, no value. Even doing work that had a tangible result to it that may benefit the German army has greater meaning than moving rocks from one pile to another. That's why many of you right now, and I'm using this word so loosely here in the analogy that I've just given you, but it feels like it's torture to you. It's mental and emotional torture because you go, I don't care at all. There's no meaning in this work at all. Now, that's not all of you, but that is a lot of you. So why is there tremendous meaning in work? So I get that there is meaning, but I want to dive deeper for just a minute or two here to help you understand why you long for meaning in your work, why that contribution matters so deeply to you. Well, there's two reasons. There are two emotions, if you will, of meaning. So I matter. There's two emotions around meaning in work. The first is provision. I matter. I'm providing for my family. I'm providing for me. If I have no family to provide for, it's just me. I'm providing for me. I'm taking care of myself. It's a kid that goes from college to living on their own for the first time in their apartment, and there's tremendous meaning in that. Hey, I'm working. I'm providing for me. I'm gaining some independence, and they stand a little taller. Hey, I'm a grown-up now. There is meaning in provision, providing for you or for those who rely on you. As a husband and a father, I got to tell you, I get tremendous meaning from the provision that my work allows. The second emotion around the meaning in work is contribution. Contribution. Hey, I know that as I take a call today or next call and the next call, or I write a book, or I speak, or I create a tool, or write an article, or I put something on social media that adds value to somebody, I see the contribution. Whether you are doing a line of code or designing a web page, designing a dress, a pair of shoes, cutting someone's hair, doing their makeup, counseling them, coaching them, building something, fixing something, it doesn't matter. As long as you see that you are contributing something of worth and of value to somebody. Even fixing an AC unit. Oh, that's a contribution. Is there a greater contribution in the Southeast in the summertime than fixing an AC unit, Joe? I don't think so. Fixing somebody's car. Building a house. Contribution. What's the contribution that you long to make? See, there is meaning in our work because of provision and contribution. Another way of saying it is, there's meaning in my work because of the paycheck and because of the purpose. There just is. But what if you could have both? Provision and contribution, paycheck and purpose in your work, income and impact. What if you could have both? Because you can't. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I created the 7 stages. Get clear, get qualified, get connected, get started, get promoted, get the dream job, give yourself away. Next Monday, August the 2nd, you can pre-order the entire path, the clear path, the 7 stages. It's called From Paycheck to Purpose, my new book. The proximity principle really was about stage 3, getting connected so that opportunities come your way. This is the deep dive, my story, practical wisdom, practical knowledge in the 7 stages. No matter where you are, you could be in stage 5, this book is for you. You could be in stage 1 where you're just trying to figure out what it is. What am I supposed to do? This book is for you. You could be in the dream job and going, hey, what's the next thing? How do I expand the vision? This book is for you. From Paycheck to Purpose. So proud of it because those are the emotions around work. And you can have both. 844-747-2577 is the number. 844-747-2577. Let's get to the phones. We're going to Ann Arbor, Michigan, the home of my beloved, yet tragically mediocre Michigan Wolverines. Nicole joins us on the line. Nicole, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. It's so nice to talk to you today.
Nice to talk to you. What's going on?
So, a little bit about me. My husband and I are in baby step 6. We are pretty responsible with everything, but I'm being faced with an issue at work that is jeopardizing my conscience.
Okay.
And so I work for the VA system.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked for the VA for about 7 years. I work in the laboratory running blood work, COVID testing, all of that stuff. And it's been an interesting year and a half. with everything that's been going on, obviously. But over the last 6 months, I had accepted a promotion that I worked very hard to get to be in a leadership role within the laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
And it's come with a significant pay increase and all of that good stuff. But along with it has also come an extreme amount of stress. Stress so much to the fact that I witnessed not only myself having little breakdowns at work, but other people having breakdowns because of the culture of, in this particular place, of just working yourself to death. And if you don't pick up 30 plus hours overtime every pay period, you're viewed as lazy. Lots of things going on. So I had been looking into removing myself, not just from that lab, but from healthcare in general. And I've been weighing some of my options. Now, very recently, the government came out and said for all VA workers, you're going to be mandated to get the COVID vaccine or be faced with penalties and or termination. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not looking for, should I, shouldn't I? It's on my heart to not get the vaccine. And my husband has a variable income. He makes good money, but my paycheck is always the consistent one. Mm-hmm. I personally, for my part of what I bring to the table, I'm making $82,000 a year. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like I'm at a point where, since I'm not interested in getting the vaccine, it's written in stone. Yeah. I don't have a future there.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like if I continue just hopping from lab to lab, I'm in the same situation where eventually I'll be required to get something I don't want and also be stuck in a field that's just turned out to be a job through and through, mm-hmm. giving me no pleasure and enjoyment and satisfaction at all. And I'm just kind of wondering, for a person like myself who's spent years having this this specialized skill and medical training, how do you even begin to think about leaving the medical field to do something else? It just feels like such an overwhelming thing to me.
Yeah. So you need to simplify it. It is overwhelming when you allow your brain to bounce from fear to doubt to pride, back through all the things. And what happens is you throw in a bunch of, potential regulations like this COVID vaccine. And if I go here and there, you get all this stuff, and it becomes really, really frightening because of all the things. So what we have to do is we simplify it. So here's the reality. Let's for a moment, let's take the medical field out of the equation, if this is possible. I think it is, but go with me for a minute. If it's not, we'll come back, okay? So if we take the medical field out of the equation, you're really good at what kind of work?
Things that are very detail-oriented, mm-hmm. things that require high levels of organization, mm-hmm. things that are good with processes and systems. I feel like I have always had strong leadership skills, and I love teaching. Like, I've taught so many interns and things, and that's always has spoken to me. I've owned small businesses in the past, but it's always ended up just being something that was an expensive hobby. So I've also been exploring what things.
All right, hold on. You got ahead of me. You got way ahead of me. No, it's okay. It's okay. But did you hear? You just laid out what you're really good at. Okay, basically details, organization, processes, systems, instructing, leading. Did I about get it pretty good there? That was
pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, forget the medical field for a moment. What's the kind of work that you love to do? I already know the answer. Let me help you.
Yeah.
Everything you said you were good at, you also really love doing. You really enjoy analyzing and advising, planning, researching, solving, teaching. Did I get that list pretty good?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And then the results that matter most to you. So I just went through talent and passion. And based on what I heard, the number one driving, motivating result for you in your work is efficiency. If it's got order and excellence tied up really nice and neat around your work, that makes you feel really good. Am I right?
100%. I cannot stand chaos.
Yeah. And I also would throw in there a secondary. I bet you would score pretty good in the influence mission area as well, because you love influencing people, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And I'll bet you'd score really high on solution.
100%.
All right. So when we stripped the medical field away, which we did, you and I have not had any references to medical field at all. We've just been talking about the skills that you have, the work that you enjoy doing, and the results that you like producing. That's all we've done. When you hear it back, could you do that outside of the medical field, what you just described?
Yeah.
Abso-freaking-lutely. No, don't go, I know what you're about ready to say. But I just have never done it, Ken. I just don't know many people outside of it. I about got that right, too?
Well, I think what pops into my head is, what in the world could I apply it to? Because in my head, it's just, you have this tunnel vision of what you went to school for and you trained for.
Stop. I just blew that up, did I not?
Oh, yeah.
What I heard is that you have very transferable skills, and they cross many industries.
Yeah, you're right.
You work for the VA. I love that you have a heart for our veterans.
Oh, absolutely.
But listen to me. It's the government. It's one of the most poorly run organizations. The United States government may be top 10, maybe top 5 most poorly run organizations in the world. Is that a true or false statement in your opinion?
100% true.
All right, then. So you're telling me, somebody of your experience and credibility, having to get things done in the bureaucracy that looks like a bunch of tangled fishing line? Come on. You tell me you can't get more done, better, faster in the private sector? Come on, Nicole.
Yeah, that is an exciting way of putting it, actually.
I know. And here's the other thing. You're in baby step 6. You have no debt, and you and your hubs are working on paying the house off. He makes good money. You make good money. Let me tell you this. Up until the time they force you to get the jab in the arm, I'd stay there, and I would be working on finding a replacement starting today. We're going to transition from the government to the private sector. Could be healthcare, doesn't have to be in a lab. If you feel like a healthcare company is going to make you get the jab, then you go, maybe you work in manufacturing, maybe you work in the automotive industry, maybe you work in technology. I don't care. You have so much to offer. I'm going to give you my number one best-selling book, The Proximity Principle, which is all about the art of connections.
Okay.
It's for somebody who knows what they want to do, and you know what you want to do.
I do.
All right.
I do.
All right, now listen. So I'm going to do 2 things for her. I want to give her the proximity principle, which is about connection, so that she realizes how to shake her tree. And then I'm also going to go ahead and give her, it's not even out yet, but next Monday, From Paycheck to Purpose, my new book goes on order of pre-sale. You're going to be the first person to get it, because it's really for anybody who's in the 7 stages. And you're really about ready to get started in a different industry. And then you're going to get promoted, and then you're going to get the dream job, and you're going to spend the rest of your time giving yourself away. So I'm giving you 2 books today. You hear me?
Thank you, Ken.
Now, do I hear some emotion there?
Well, yeah, 100%, because...
Yeah, you're free. You feel free.
Yeah,
you feel free. And don't let anybody tell you that you got to take the vaccine. You can tell them to go pound sand. So let's come up with a plan. Let's come up with a plan, and let's move forward. You have every connection that you need. You just got to find them. And I'm giving you the manual on how to use connections to turn into opportunities. Really appreciate you and your service, Nicole. 844-747-2577. Let's go to Zanesville, Ohio, the home of Zane Grey, one of the great American novelists, if you like the Western and the frontiersman type books. What a legend that guy is. Tim is joining us on the line in Zanesville, Ohio. Tim, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken. How are you today?
I'm living the dream, Tim. How can I help?
So I've been in retail management for 18 years now, and the I guess I'm ready to move on and find what I'm meant to do.
Yeah.
And the frustrating piece about it is that I've spent 18 years doing that, and it's a hard decision. Like, do I move on? What do I do? And how do I find that? What do I need to do? What my purpose is? And I've provided for the family well over the last 18 years and so forth. But now that my wife and I have fought through paying off all of our debt and everything, it's opened my eyes and our eyes as to let's find something that we enjoy doing.
Oh, I love it.
And finding that something is the difficult piece at this point because of the being scared of what that may be and or what difficulties you may go through getting to that point.
Yep.
And it's just, is it okay for us to, I guess, in a sense, start over in a different career? And I guess the hard piece to swallow is you potentially are going to have to start over at the bottom of the totem pole to work yourself up in that new.
Not necessarily true. Not until I know what it is. What's the mountaintop? Until I know that, we can't automatically assume I've got to start over. You've worked really hard to pay off your debt. What baby step are you in?
We're in 4.
Okay, great.
Yep.
And for those of you that are maybe new to this, Ramsey Solutions has 7 baby steps to financially live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else with no debt and truly just give your money away. And baby step 4 is they're saving 15% of their income in retirement. They've paid off their debt, which is baby step 2. And baby step 3 is they've saved up 3 to 6 months of expenses. So we've got some cushion there we don't want to use. But I want to address something else in your voice. I think you regret that you've spent 18 years in retail management. And I think in some ways you look back and go, gosh, I've wasted so much of my professional life. I got a sense that that's what you feel. Is that true?
You're 100% correct.
Yeah, well, that's a bunch of crap. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Do you hear me?
Yep.
Because here's what you've done for 18 years. You have provided. You have learned how to lead. You've got a lot of experience in leading and coaching and training and mentoring. True or false?
True.
Retail management may be one of the toughest leadership positions in the marketplace. True or false?
True.
Tell people why.
The other piece to it, not to cut you off there, but the other piece to it is this last 2 years I've made it even more difficult due to what I'm going to say, the lack of available workers to
100%.
want to come to work.
100%. 100%. So tell people why retail management, give me 30 seconds. It doesn't have to sound pretty. 30 seconds on why retail management is one of the toughest leadership positions in the marketplace.
It's a variable of different things. One is you're dealing with the public and the community and trying to serve them and take care of them. 2, the teaching, training, development, and the constant turnover that takes place in some situations of trying to train people, develop them, and spend quality time with them to make them successful. And on the backside of it, a lot of people just don't want to spend the time or put any effort into wanting to do a good job in their positions that they're hired in for.
That's fantastic. So second follow-up question, give me 30 seconds or less on this one. So what about that experience that you just so beautifully laid out and the fact that you were able to be successful despite all of those landmines? How does that make you a valuable leader to somebody else, maybe even a different industry? How has that equipped you to lead?
I think my passion is the development of people. I love seeing people succeed in whatever position that they've hired in for. And at the end of the day, once you see them succeed, that puts like just a warm feeling inside of my body. Like I made a difference in that person's life.
So you want to do the work of teaching and influencing, or let's call it leading. You want to do the work of leading and teaching, even a little bit of advocating for the sole missional result of influence.
Yeah.
Well, that was easy. So here's the deal. I think you're doing the right thing, leadership. I think you're doing it in the wrong place. Retail, for all the reasons that you know, we don't have to detail out, it's not the best environment for you. And you long to do a different type of leading. Am I right?
Yep.
So the question we must answer is not, what do I do with my life? I have no idea what I want to do with my life. No, you want to lead. You need to be doing the work of leading and teaching. Those are the real biggies for you, because you love the teaching and training component, the mentoring component of leading. So I can just say, simply put, leading is the work that you love. And the result that matters deeply to you is influencing people. So we've established that. So it's not what am I doing and why am I doing it? It's where are all the places I can do it? And the answer is a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is, dude. I mean, you've got 18 years of leadership experience. I mean, in the foxhole. So if I'm running a manufacturing company and I need somebody to lead people who are in entry-level jobs, and I'm thinking Tim, I got to have Tim. Tim led people who are selling retail. He can lead manufacturing people. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at technology companies, healthcare companies. I don't care. Your specialty is getting through to people that are hard to get through to. Your specialty is casting vision for people for a future. Your specialty is developing people. Your specialty is leading people who may not want to be there. Now, you can go way beyond that, but I'm leading with your elevator pitch. You are a leader, and leaders are always in demand. True or false?
True.
Anything else we need to cover today, Tim?
Nope, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, Tim, what do you want to do with your professional life? It's a one-word answer. Say it.
Lead people.
Lead.
Yeah.
So.
Outstanding.
That's what you do. And it's just a function of where all the different places that need leaders right now in my area. And I'm going to look for the opportunities at a good culture, because I know a crappy culture is the actual leadership position, the opportunity, the one I'm looking for. Because there are lots of aspects of leadership. You know the type of leadership you want to do. You don't need Ken Coleman to tell you that, or anybody else. So you got this, bro. Thanks for trusting in me. You started off this phone call sounding like Eeyore. Am I right?
Yeah.
But now I hear a little bit of Tigger. I hear some bounce. So make the transition. The sky's the limit for you, man. You get yourself in the right environment where you have a ladder for leadership, to where you can see growth long term for you to keep leading, keep adding to your leadership tool belt and experience. There's no stopping you, man. And you got a heart for people. I absolutely freaking love what you're doing. And so here, one thing I want you to do, Tim, will you hang on the line for a second? Amanda, here's what I want you to do. Get Tim's information, his email specifically. I want to email him a free code to the Get Clear Career Assessment, which is coming out next Monday too. I'm letting out all kinds of secrets, Joe, because I just don't care. It's coming out. I want Tim to take the assessment for himself. We're already clear, but I want him to see how it works. It's going to be a great leadership tool for him, and I want him to take it and then use it when he hires people down the line, and give me his feedback on it as a great tool for leaders when they're looking to hire people. So there you go. Okay, quick break. When we come back, it's in the news like you've never heard before. We got a major admission from the former CEO of Sallie Mae, and it's Tuesday, Juice Day. We'll have a little bit of fun too. Don't move. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
Our world is changing, but so are we. Now, we see a smile through someone's eyes. We conquer our struggles and cherish each moment, because we're shielded through faith and assured by hope. And greatest of all, we love. The world is different, but so are we.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show. Thrilled to have you with us. We're helping you move from paycheck to purpose. 844-747-2577. Oh, I love talking about the new book, From Paycheck to Purpose. Stay tuned. More details next Monday, August the 2nd. You can actually pre-order it anywhere books are sold. And of the new assessment that I've been working on for 2 years, the Get Clear Career Assessment. Oh, my gosh, I can't wait. It's the talent, passion, mission exercise I do on the air, but I'm going to walk you through it digitally. I literally cannot wait. Going to be so much fun. Those are tools that you pay for. We got some free tools. We got great partnerships. Can I tell you how excited I am on the feedback we're getting? Thousands of you are going, all right, I'm in the job search, and it's just, ugh. It always feels so yucky. I'm using your tools, Ken, but I love the fact that I can go for free to ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. #1 job site in the world. Their candidates are 3 times as likely to get hired because of their amazing technology. Here's how it works. You go to ZipRecruiter.com/Ken, fill out your profile, boom, submit. Their technology and matching prowess in this huge technology machine begins to match you up to companies that have posted jobs. And if the company likes your profile, they go, ooh, I want to talk to you. They contact you directly. And now you are in. You got a chance at an interview. You're submitting directly. Huge addition to your strategies. Another tool in the tool belt to get hired, and it's painless. Did I mention it's free? Yeah, I'm banging the drum on ZipRecruiter.com because it's a free service to you. Why wouldn't you want to do it? So you got companies and CEOs and leaders paying ZipRecruiter for talent. Is there a greater talent pool than the Ken Coleman Show audience? I submit to you, no. You people want to move up. Why wouldn't you do it? ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. Go. All right. What do we want to do first? Oh, boy. I tell you what, we're going to do juice last because I might need it after what I'm about to deal with. It's time for In the News. All right. Here is the headline from the Wall Street Journal. Al Lord. You ever heard of Al Lord? Back there in the control room? Nobody's heard of Al Lord. Oh, wait for it. Al Lord profited when college tuition rose. He's paying for it. What? Al Lord, the former chief executive of student loan giant Sallie Mae, has a complaint. Say it's not so, Al. He's got a complaint about education, higher ed. The price of college is too high.
Say what?
Thanks, Al. Hey, Al. Thank you. Thank you, Al. Now, some of you think I'm making fun of Al. I'm not. I'm saying thank you, Al. It's a little too late, but we'll take it. This is the guy that drove the price of tuition up with his cronies in the government, in Congress. What? Let's break it down. But first, another startling quote from Al. He's been paying for his grandchildren's education in recent years, and he's appalled at the tuition bills. Direct quote, boy, I sure am glad we saved for my grandkids' college. If the average income is $40,000 or $50,000 or $60,000, I just don't know how you do it. Oh, thanks, Al. Thank you. Thank you. Americans in each of those income brackets are grateful for your empathy. By the way, the median family income in the United States right now is $78,000. Okay? According to 2020, we don't have 2021 results yet. Few people had as close a perspective on the cost of college as Al Lord, who's now 75. He said, with bewilderment for decades as colleges persistently raised their prices faster than inflation. All right, I just want to make sure you folks hear this. Higher ed has been raising their tuition prices faster than inflation, if you weren't paying close attention. Another quote from Lord. He said, they raise the tuition because they can, and the government facilitates it. He said, there was no question in my mind. I knew what was going on, he said in a recent interview. Staring out the window of an office, overlooking a river. Let me remind you what I've said before. This is the dude who knew what was going on. But he was running a for-profit company, Sallie Mae. Higher ed cares more about their fortune than your future. I'm going to say it again. Somebody needs to tweet that, write it down, put it out on social media, because it's not a popular thing to say, but I'm all in. Higher education cares more about their fortune than your future. And Johnny's future and Susie's future and everybody else you think they care so deeply about. It's a bunch of crap. These are the facts from the man's mouth himself. What's the background on Sallie Mae? It was formed by Congress in 1972 as the Student Loan Marketing Association. And they used taxpayer money to ensure that banks earned enough on the student loans. Your taxpayer dollars. Congress is behind this. Starting in the 1980s, college raised tuition at more than double the rate of inflation. That's from the Labor Department. See if there's any other great quotes in this guy before I go off. Yeah, nothing else. So there it is. Here's the guy. And I've read the whole article. It's in the Wall Street Journal. You can check it out. Let me give you the summary. So basically, Congress comes up with this idea, and they give Sallie Mae a really sweet guaranteed return, guaranteed any losses. And higher education said, hey, let's do this. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let me give you an idea. Harvard's endowment right now, $40 billion. Harvard, $40 billion. We're talking generations of students could go to Harvard for free and they still wouldn't use the $40 billion endowment. When are we going to wake up? I mean, here's the guy. He's going, look, it was big business. And he was like, oh, we figured it out. So then we started taking it directly. They bypassed Congress. So Congress got them started with your tax dollars. And then Sallie Mae was like, let's go directly to students. I told you that this was a marketing play. This is big business. Higher education is in the business of making money, not making futures. I'm telling you, Joe, how long have I been saying this? That there's a wave coming, and it's like, this is another major domino. Wall Street Journal, this isn't some little rag. This isn't some guy who was in the compliance department of Sallie Mae. This was the CEO. Twice he was CEO, retired, came back. You can dive into the article. The guy turned it into a money-making machine. $300 million worth of assets. And now he's going, it's out of control. He went to Penn State for $1,500 a year, worked his way through. Incidentally, he's a guy that's going, I don't think we should just wipe away student loans. Well, thanks, Al. I mean, at what point do we wake up and go, enough is enough? What are we doing here? It's a status symbol? It's not helping our kids. I want to bring it all down, to be honest with you. I'm just going to say it. I want to reset. I want to make colleges slash their tuition, slash their staff sizes, use some of those endowments to pay those professors who just can't freaking get a job anywhere else. I don't care. It's about time that we make college an affordable and a relevant training opportunity, not a super expensive luxury, brand-driven excuse to drink really hard for 5 years. I'm not anti-education. I'm not. I'm anti-overinflated college tuition that's not focused on practical training. If you want your kids to read a bunch of liberal arts books and get liberal arts experience, then go find those for them. Somebody will create that. I'm all for the liberal arts. I get it. It's wonderful, but not in its current packaging. It's got to be broken up. Let's grab a pitchfork and charge the castle, shall we? If you agree, I want to hear from you. Ask at kencoleman.com. Hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, at Ken Coleman. Let's go. I'll organize the army. It's time. The evidence is there. There you go. All right. Going a little long today, Joe. All right. So we have this fun tradition. It's called Tuesday Juice Day. And I'm always talking about get the juice. That's where you are in your sweet spot. You're using your talent to perform your passion, to accomplish your mission, using what you do best, do work you love, create results that matter. You got the juice, man. You show up feeling good. You got the juice when you leave the office. So we thought, well, let's have some fun. So the team every Tuesday, they come up with a new beverage. Here's the qualifications. Got to be supposedly healthy and give you some energy. I drink it first, do a review, and then we reveal what it is. Nathan, the erstwhile video director, is the guy submitting this today. Here we go. Got to tell you, not much of a smell at all. I can't detect a smell. This is fascinating. Is it one of these days somebody gonna just give me water and send me down this path I'm trying to figure out, and it's like, oh, it's tap water. Okay, here we go. Wow. Wow, very creamy. See, now it's in this dark thing here, so I can't actually see what's in there. That tastes creamy. It has a creamy constitution to it. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. It's reminding me of like a super healthy Yoo-Hoo. It's got a little chalky aftertaste. Good. A little chalky, but good. I feel like this might be one of those like protein muscle milks. I'm going to go with it, something in that line. And my review on this is really good taste. In fact, when I first slugged it, Nathan, I had a little of a Yoo-Hoo sensation. One of my favorite all-time drinks, Yoo-Hoo. Not good for you at all.
This is better.
This is better. And then I will tell you the aftertaste, while it's a little chalky, it's not bad chalky, and I have no negative aftertaste. I would slug this. I drink this throughout the day. This is, so far, it's right up there with the very first juice that I did. I think I gave it about what did I give it? A 7.5, 8? I'm feeling good today. I'm going to give this an 8. Let's see what it is. Evolve plant-based protein. Now I feel even better about myself because I just drank some plant-based protein. Doesn't everybody put your shoulders back a little bit when you're like, oh, I just had some plant-based protein? Well, I'll tell you what, Joe's never going to have plant-based protein. But Joe, I would recommend this to you.
You'll have to slide it in there, and I don't know what it is.
I think you should try some Evolve. Here it is. These shakes are packed with 20 grams of protein, 10 grams of fiber, plus other minerals like calcium, iron, and zinc. The vegan... See, now this is where you get Joe. And I'll be honest with you, I got a little tinge of protest because it's vegan. I don't begrudge anybody for being vegan. I just don't see myself as vegan. This vegan shake is non-GMO, and each shake is only 160 calories. Wow. So unlike other protein shakes and powders that are loaded with chemicals and artificial sweeteners, Evolve shakes are actually good for you. Evolve plant-based protein. Did you get this? Where did you get this?
Gas station on the way to work.
Oh, you're kidding me. You're like, I got to come up with the juice today?
Yeah.
You've never had it before?
I make my own plant-based protein shake every morning.
So you endorse this product?
Yeah.
Have you had this before?
I haven't had that specific one, but plant-based protein shakes are good.
I am going to see where I can buy this, and this might be a new part of my routine. That's how much I like this. So there it is. Evolve plant-based protein shakes. Really, really good. Thank you, Nathan. I really like this. This is a solid 8. So there you go. All right. Hey, my time is almost up. Before I let you go, remember, you matter. You do have what it takes. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, this is the Ken Coleman Show. Press on.